What's up, guys? Got another review for you here today. This is a piece of luggage from Samsonite. It is the 24-inch check-in Omni. It is a hard-sided piece of luggage. It comes in a color of white, has a lot of different colorways available for you. It retails for a price of $189. All right, let's get into it. If you've got any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them down below. All right, for the exterior, first thing, the entire piece of luggage, it's hard-sided. It's made out of 100% polycarbonate. It has a diamond texture, what they call a diamond texture. There's some small branding here, Samsonite. Moving on, the zippers are all YKK zippers. There's a handle on the side, and there's a handle on the top. And then on the back side of it, you have a retractable handle that has multiple lengths to it. You can adjust to whatever lengths you want. And then on the very bottom, you have 4 single spinner wheels. And then lastly, the zippers, they are YKK, I did mention that, but there is also a built-in TSA lock, and the bag is able to be expanded as well. All right, so now let's get into the interior of the bag. Now onto the interior. This is a split opening bag. And as you can see, on one side, you have your compression straps here. And then it's pretty much wide open. There is a pocket on the inside, a zippered pocket, a small one. And then on the other half of the bag, it is separated with a mesh divider that has open space and no other additional pockets within. Let's talk about the capacity test of this bag now. So what I have here is I have one hoodie, I have a pair of shoes, a pair of sandals, I have a thick warm winter jacket, and then I have a packing cube with 3 pairs of pants in it, and then I have another packing cube with 7 t-shirts or 7 shirts. All right, now let's go ahead and put these in and then see what it looks like. I'm gonna put the clothes on this side and put the shoes on the other side. So let's see, put that in there. This up. And there you have it, all packed up. It should be easy to zip up if I want to. With that, that's probably about a week to 2 weeks worth of clothing. No problem at all. If you need additional room, there is that additional zipper that expands the bag, probably roughly about 1 inch to 1.5 inches extra. The dimensions of the bag are 26.5 inches in height, 17.75 inches in width, and 11.75 inches in depth. The bag comes in at just at 8.3 pounds. All right, let's move on to the pros and cons. So my first pro of this bag, and by far the best thing about the bag, is it is very durable. It holds up to a lot of wear and tear. I've traveled with this quite a few times already. This diamond texture on this polycarbonate material, for some reason, well, not for some reason, the fact that it's got that texture on it, it doesn't attract scratches and stuff. So if the thing gets scratched up, you won't actually see them. I think, most bags that you'll see are smooth. They don't have a rough texture. This one has kind of that rough texture. So I think that really does help in the fact that you'll see no kind of like scuffs and scratches and stuff. You might see a little bit, but it's like compared to other bags, this one like resists them like way better than any other bag I've had. And that's after having traveled with this quite a few times, both domestically and overseas. The other good thing I like about this bag is that its prices is very, very competitive. Even though it has a retail price of $189, You can find this on Amazon for as low as $99 and maybe even $89. I think the last time I checked on Amazon, it was right around $129. It also comes in a bunch of different colors. So if there's a color specific color that you really like, you can easily just go and pick one. There's plenty in there. I'm sure there's one that's going to satisfy everybody. The included lock, as usual, is very good. And then the expandability of this, the expansion of about 1.5 inches is really good for the bag itself. It's very simple, but it's very durable and very efficient for traveling. Now let's move on to my cons. Okay, so moving on to the cons. My biggest con for this bag is the spinner wheels. These are single wheels, whereas a lot of bags now come with like dual wheels. And with them being single wheels and they're kind of small, the bag is very difficult to roll, especially once you get onto soft surfaces. Like when you're on a hard surface, it's not that bad. But when you get onto soft surfaces, you'll really notice that this thing is really hard to move around. It'll get stuck, it won't spin right. And yeah, it's just, I don't really like the wheels on this one. The other thing is the grab handles on both sides here are, they're not padded at all. So if you have the bag loaded up and you're carrying it, especially upstairs or for longer distances, if you have to do that, they're not going to be very comfortable on your hands, just because these pull handles, they're fully plastic. There's just no padding on them at all. And then the zippers, as you can see, these are zipper pulls that I installed myself. But when before I installed these zipper pulls, the existing zipper pulls on these are kind of an awkward shape and they're not very big. So when you open and close the bag, it can be very difficult, especially around corners. I just noticed that, I noticed that when opening this bag up around the corners, I always got stuck, and it just made it that much harder with these kind of not very good zipper pulls that are included with the bag. So what I did was I attached my own zipper pulls to them, and that made it a whole lot easier. But that still doesn't negate the fact that just in general, the smoothability. These are YKK zippers, they're tough. It's just they're not very, I don't know, they get caught a lot. So that was the only other thing I had. So yeah, so let me move on. That's it for the cons. Let me move on to my final thoughts. All right, for my final thoughts, if you can find this bag for a really good price, around $99 to $120, this is an excellent bag for budget-minded travelers, but it's not as versatile as you would think. So if you're thinking of taking this bag to areas where you're going to be rolling it around a lot on soft surfaces such as carpet, you're going to have some issues, especially with these wheels. So yeah, keep that in mind. Overall, I'm going to have to give this a 6 out of 10.